What's up, my beautiful friends? I'm super excited to be in here with such incredible leaders. I listened to Lindsay Matway this morning, and I listened to Bonnie's, and I listened to Moira's conversations. And I just want you guys to know that you and myself, we are so blessed to be working with such incredible leaders that pour so much into each and every one of us. So I hope that you're diving in and absorbing the information and more importantly, taking action on what each of them has shared. I love how strategic both Bonnie and Moira were in sharing. Here's what you can do for your social media. Here's what you can do for your goals and your vision and time blocking. All of those are so important for me in my life and what I've been able to create. For those of you that don't know me, I built with Lindsay Matway for 14 and a half years. Within 1 year, I was able to replace my full-time income, and both my wife and I walked away from our full-time jobs, and I've been a full-time stay-at-home dad of 5 for the past 13 and a half years. And I want to share with you, because the topic this week is really focusing on your goals and your vision. I'm going to share some big goals and vision with you, kind of a story and a thing that happened with me that allowed me to realize that I could dream again. But I want to start with where it started for me, because many of you are starting for the very first time ever, or you have goals and dreams that maybe you had before and you put them up, you locked them inside of a chest, or you put them in the attic, and you've kind of forgotten about them and say, maybe those goals and dreams weren't for me. Maybe I'm not cut out for it. Maybe that was just something that was in my imagination that could never be possible for me. And I want you to have permission after this call, after this live video, to pull that chest down out of the attic, open it up, and revisit your dreams and goals. And your dreams and goals can be huge, and they could be lifelong goals and dreams, or they could be smaller ones that pull you to take action towards the life that you really deserve and the life that you want for your family. I love being a part of this company. I love Justin Prince and his mission and his values of being the one. And I want to remind you today in this moment that you are the one. You're the one that's going to create the habits and the mindset and the lifestyle that your future generations look back on you and say, like, he was the run. Renee was the one. Amanda was the one that changed things for our family, that changed the family dynamics of how we see and experience this world. So for me, when I first started, my goal and dream that drove me every single day, because I was very much like Moira, very, very busy. I worked from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day for 5 years. My wife would work at night at the Hilton Garden Inn. She would drop the kids off at 3 p.m. and she would come home at 11:30 after work. So she would drop the kids off at the babysitter at 3. I would pick them up at 5. So after a long, hard day at the steel factory, 12 hours with probably 4 to 5 hours of sleep every night, I would come home to 3 little girls, ages 4, 2, and 6 weeks old. And I built a 6-figure business with that schedule. And I was able to do that because, one, I had a very strong why and a compelling goal and vision for me. And number 2, that goal compelled me and drew me to work. It drew me to work even when I didn't feel like it. And it forced me to time block, to work on the most, as Moira said, the key income producing activities in that small amount of time that I had. So my goal was I remember reaching out to Lindsay and I said, my goal is to make $10,000. And she told me, I can't promise you $10,000, but I promise that your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So in that moment, I made a decision. And you guys right now have the ability to make a decision, and you only have to make a decision one time. Then it comes down to managing that decision every single day. Going back to what Moira said, she treats her business every single day like a 6-figure business. Is she showing up like a 6-figure business? Would she go to Target at 10 a.m. if she had a 6-figure income at a job? And so that compelling vision, that was the goal, the $10,000. But what I want to share with you guys about that, why was that compelling to me? Because maybe to you, $10,000 doesn't feel that compelling. But for me, I was someone who I always imagined living, having a great job, having a great career, having a great income, and allowing my wife to be a stay-at-home mom, and being able to sit down and eat dinner together as a family, to go out and kick soccer balls in the front yard, to take walks. In the first 5 years of our life, it wasn't like that, because I worked 12-hour days, and when I got home, she was at work. So I was like hustling, feeding the babies, burping them, changing diapers, and trying to do my workout while they're on the couch, and And it was just not the life that I imagined. So $10,000 to me meant that I could allow my wife to not work that night job, because she only made $13,000 to $14,000 working that part-time job. And we paid like $3,000 to $4,000 in babysitters. So if I could make $10,000 minus the babysitter, she could come home from work. And my dream would be fulfilled of being able to spend time with my wife and with my kids, sit down, eat dinner together, and do activities together in the evening. And that's what drove me. That caused me to push forward every single day. So that's, if someone's like, when did this business click for you? When did you know you were going to make it? I knew in that moment when I said that I was going to I set a goal and a vision that I was going to earn enough income, $10,000 with my business, so that my wife could come home and we could spend those evenings together. That's where it all started for me. So I want you to know, as I share a little bit about more about visions, that if your vision isn't huge and grandiose right now, that's okay. Your vision can expand with time, but you need to figure out something that's important for you right now that's going to cause you to wake up and fight for it. And now, speaking for fighting for it, as you know, I was with Lindsay. I feel greatly blessed that I was a wise steward of the income that we created over the past 14 and a half years. So many blessings came from this business. I'll share some of them with you today so that you can, I hope you're writing down. So as you hear some things today, you can be like, I never thought about that. I want to do that as well. We were able to experience so many things, like month-long vacations to Maui over Christmas. We've spent 2 weeks or sometimes 2 months at a time in Texas and in Arizona in Airbnbs and experiencing new places and new cultures. I was able to take my wife back to Bolivia, where she was born, and she'd never been back. I was able to retire both of my parents from their full-time jobs in their mid-50s and be able to provide for and take care of them. I've been able to be at every kids event over the last 13 years, every sporting event, helping with their practices, being at every dance recital. I've never missed a moment because a job told me that I couldn't go to something. And so many blessings have come. We've been able to wisely invest our income into my dream cabin on a lake near West Yellowstone and into 3 different vacation rentals. And I don't need a lot to be happy. Like, I'm driving the same pickup truck I bought back in 2012. So I don't need material things, but I wanted to build a legacy and wealth for my family. As Justin Prince shared in Orlando, he's like, this business he wants you to build a financial fortitude around your family. And so that's what I've been working on over the past 13 and a half years. So we bought these vacation rentals. They're managed by a company as Airbnbs. And to be honest with you, I paid them off. Like, any money that came from my former company, I just poured it all into those homes, and they're paid off. So the story I want to share with you guys is super impactful for me in my life, because we built all this legacy of these vacation rentals and these homes, right? And I was building a 5th vacation rental in Park City, and it's, the foundation's up, the underground plumbing's done, and I'm building my dream home. And this isn't like I said, I don't need anything fancy, but my wife and I and the kids have been talking about moving to Arizona or moving out of the state, somewhere warmer. I'm in Idaho. You can see I have a big coat on. And, my kids just love their friends here. We love the community. And so we're like, okay, the kids voted against moving to Hawaii even. We found a beautiful home in Hawaii on the beach with palm trees and beachfront. And that's beautiful, but they want to live here. So I was like, okay, I'm going to build us finally, we haven't done anything for our own home. By the way, we had a swamp cooler that blew paper plates off of our table until last year. Like, if we went and got pizza and put plastic, we'd put, because we didn't want to do dishes, we put the plates on the table, the swamp cooler would be blowing them off. So when we were building these vacation rentals, we didn't even put an AC unit in our house until 2 years ago. It's like a swamp cooler. We got a Home Depot for $1,000 that blew things all over the house. So when I say we don't do things for ourselves, literally, our vacation rentals have hot tubs, and they have water slides, and they have just everything incredible. And they're much more beautiful than our home. Our home's beautiful, but they're way more beautiful than our home. So we're we're going to do something for ourselves finally. So we're building this 5th vacation rental. We find a piece of land on the river. It's 1.3 acres. It's waterfront. I could put a dock there. I could put my boat on it, and it's got the layout of the land is beautiful. It's got a backyard that's like a football field. It's like the same size as a football field from where we're building the back of our house to the water. And we play sports, so it's beautiful. It's the dream. So we buy the land and we get to work. And so I want to make this home a place that is like Hawaii, but in Idaho. So it has an indoor saltwater pool, it has an indoor basketball court. It's got a garage that's like 3,000 square foot. And my kid wants to play in the MLB, so I already have the pitching machine picked out that I'm going to put in there with a net. And so it's literally a dream. I love working out, so it's got the best gym layout absolutely ever. So indoor court, like a movie theater. It's got a dance studio for my daughter. It's got a wood floor with mirrors. They're not in yet, but I visualize it all. And it's got this dance studio, and it's like pre-plumbed to be a studio apartment in the future. If one of my kids wants to come live with us, it's pre-plumbed, so we can just convert that to a beautiful wood floor studio apartment for one of our kids. Our basement with the theater room has like its own kitchen and 3 bedrooms. So I pre-planned the house as well with its own entrance. So one of my kids, when they have 2 or 3 kids, if they want to live with us and experience the pool and the court, they can have their own home in there. So literally my home could be for 3 different families in separate living spaces. It's like a dream home, something I never thought I was worthy of or capable of accomplishing in my life. And so we start building this home. We're a year and a half in, and this home is going to be done in about, sorry, I'm just thinking back on it. It's going to be done in about May. They're starting to paint right now. And so our Beachbody business is taken away on September 30th. And the first 2 days was panic for me. I'm building 2 beautiful, very expensive homes, and my income's going to be taken away. I have vacation rentals, so I know I can keep my kids in dance. I can put food on the table. The home I live in is paid for. So I'm not worried. I'm not feeling a fear of like I can't take care of my family. But it was like this dream I had of this beautiful home. I go to that house every single day. I'm literally like 3 minutes from it right now. Every day after my workout, I drive over and I touch the dream. I watch every piece of it come to life. Even if it was like compacting the dirt around the foundation, I was there every single day. So the first big decision Gabby and I had to make was we're going to sell this home. Like, it's okay. We're going to sell the home. We already live in our home. I was like, because I said I've been wise stewards of our properties, I was like, if I sell this Park City build and this home we're building, I'll have $1.5 million in cash. If I just take everything back out that I have into it, if I sold those and got at least back what I put into it, I'd have $1.5 million. And I live in a home that's paid off. I was like, I could literally spend the next live off $100,000 the next without a mortgage in this home that I've always lived in for the next 15 years. And I was doing the math. I was like, I'll be like 59. I could pull out my retirement at 59. I've been wise at maxing out a SEP IRA. Then that'll kick in. And I was like, I'm just going to chill out and I'm just going to live my life, right? So we came to complete peace with selling the home. I talked to my builder, the banker. I even have 3 buyers for that home. Well, every Thursday, Gabby and I go on a date. And I know this is getting long, so I'll make sure to wrap this up very quickly. Gabby and I go on a date, and every Thursday we meet with our builder at the house. When I walked into that home, like we had come to peace with selling. I let my parents know. My builder was willing to sell off the build, like as is, and all the details. Like I can't have a warranty for it though, but if they want to take it over from here, and my heart hurt. Like it felt like a sword was stabbed in my heart, but I was at peace. I was like, I would just tell the story. Like Gabby and I built this beautiful project for somebody else, and they're going to enjoy that. So I came to peace with it, but I want you to know that it hurt. So we move on and we go on the Beachbody Top Leader cruise, and Gabby and I just took it as an opportunity to spend time together. And to be honest, on that cruise, I spent about 6 hours uninterrupted time with Gabby, going to shows, going to meals, ice skating. And then the rest of the time I grinded on this business till 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes and up early. But I stayed to my morning routines, and one of my routines, and I know Moira talked about this, her routine is exactly the same as mine. I walk out into the dining room first thing in the morning. I listen to Growth Day. I sit down, I pray, I meditate, and then I write out my goals and my vision every single day. And for 2 years, I've been writing out a vision that sounds very much like this. We live on our dream home in the Snake River. I can imagine and I can envision, receptions at our kids' weddings in this beautiful, huge RV garage space, and there's dancing and music until late in the night. And I envision walking my daughters out the walkout basement with 2 rows of chairs, in a beautiful flowered arch with the water, the Snake River in the background. And I'm walking my daughters out for their wedding in this beautiful space. And I've been envisioning this for so long, and I write that out every single day. And so when Beachbody when our business went away, and by the way, I'm so grateful for everything that business gave me. But when it took that away from me, what it did to me was I was confused. I was like, but I've been writing this goal and vision out. Like, is this all fake? Like, was I dumb for thinking that was possible for me? And so we're on the cruise, and my wife Gabby was sleeping in till like 9:30 on the cruise, and I would still get up at 6 a.m., do my morning routine. And I had a dream that I was sitting on the back deck of this beautiful home overlooking the Snake River. And in that dream, I was sitting on some rocking chairs with my wife Gabby, and we were laughing, and we were talking about how beautiful this life was that we created, that we built this dream home, that we have grandkids, and I saw in that dream grandkids running around on the grass, throwing football, playing wiffle ball, jumping on the trampoline. And there was, I don't even know who this was, but there was some Hispanic lady, my wife's from Bolivia and I speak Spanish, that was like mopping our deck, and she was laughing and joking with us. And like I woke up, and that's all I remember from the dream. And so I'm sitting there in this dark interior room of the cruise. There's no lights because it's all pitch dark. My wife's asleep, and I do my morning prayer. And I open my journal, and I'm just like praying. I'm like, what does this mean? Like, what does this dream mean? And it's like 3 or 4 days earlier, I signed up for Make Wellness, and I heard clearly in my heart that I wanted to make sure that material possessions and this dream home and this other vacation rental weren't the most important thing to you, that you could let material things go in your life. But I gave you that dream to help you understand that dream and that vision is alive for you, and you're still capable and still able to achieve that goal and that dream. So I wrote out my goal and visions just like I always had, and I made a decision like this is, immediately I texted my builder, and I was like, keep building, because we'd paused him for 2 weeks. I was like, continue the build. And so I share that with you guys to share with you that you have goals and you have visions in your life, and there is a way. There's a way for you to do it, and I believe that this company will help you achieve that. Now, I know I've just given you a lot of like, oh, that feels good, or you hear that and you're like, oh, I want to do something like that for my parents, or I want to have a dream home, or I want to buy my first vacation rental, or I want to take my family to Hawaii for Christmas, or whatever that might be. I want you to know that you are capable of doing it. Yes, right? But that's just feel-good stuff. You need a strategy. I know Moira talked about it in detail, but I need you every single day to revisit that goal and that dream. The first thing that you need to do every single day, too many people in general wake up and they scroll social media, or they go to their email, or they go to their Instagram messages or the Facebook messages, and you just start responding to everybody that's around you. You need to focus on you first. You need to get clarity on your goals and your vision. And Moira said that she reads her vision out loud every single day. That's something you could do. I personally write it out every single day, and then I write out specific goals that I want to accomplish that are specific to my Make Wellness business, to what I want to accomplish with my podcast, to when I want to have my first book written. I write it out every single day. And when you do that, you can get yourself in the right mindset, in the right space to go out and serve people. And I want you to create a motion around those goals. So when I'm writing it out, like I'm tired in the morning, I'm sipping on my Energized, and I'm getting ready to do my workout just after. When I get into my workout as well, like I'm so, like, people would think I was weird if they could hear my mind. Like, I like speak to myself. I'm like, we're living in this dream home. I can't believe that we did this. Like, I'm so incredibly proud of myself. My life is full of abundance and relationships and spirituality and health and wellness, and I just feel good. Like, that's what's going through my head when I'm doing my workout. So put some emotion behind your goals and your dreams. Revisit it multiple times throughout the day, because when you do that, then when you speak to your prospect, there's a why, and there's a meaning, and there's a reason behind that. So Write it out every single day. And when you go to bed at night, I need you. This is a must. You must revisit those goals and that vision every single morning and every single night. Guys, this is your opportunity right now to take those goals and those dreams and your vision out of the closet, pull them out of that chest that you locked them up into, and start to visualize those again. Just write them out, visualize them. Okay, the last thing that I want to share with you on this is one of the things that I do that I believe has helped me get to where I am in my life is I share those goals and visions with the world. I don't keep them just in my heart. When I do that, it does two things for me. When I put it out to the world, it makes me hold myself accountable. I don't want to be someone that says, hey, I'm going to do this, and then I don't follow through with it. That's number one. I also believe that if you have a goal and a vision on your life, that God has put that on your life, in your mind and your soul for a reason. And so if God has put that on your mind, in your life, in your life for a reason, that means I believe that there's a way for you to accomplish it. So you need to believe that first and foremost. Now, I believe when you put that goal and vision out into the universe, whether that's on social media or you tell the other mom or the other dad when you're in the stands at the football game, when you tell that to them, when you tell that goal and that vision and that dream to them or to the world on social media, that I believe that when you do that, other people that have similar goals, dreams, and visions, the world and God, the universe will align people that have similar goals and visions, and that's how a business is built. And that's where collaboration happens. But if you don't put that out into the world, nobody's going to know how they can help you achieve that goal. And as you share those goals and visions, just like when you share your story, or sharing your goals and visions, that's the key that unlocks somebody else's prison. So my friends, I know I went a little bit long, but take action on the things that you're learning in here. And I'm so grateful that I'm here with you guys.